Where am I going?
Warning.
Wait, so
Warning.
that is a...
Main
Okay,
bay
so I need to
doors
park
open.
behind the place.
Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Oh man, this is new
We'll
content and then we
shortly.
have wild dogs running wild already. Goodness of...
Okay, things are
Yikes.
better.
Yeah.
Back to normal. I guess I just need to power this baby off now and then. Restarting should be enough, but for some reason, it is not always. Welcome to computers. And did my camera just lock up again? It did. What's going on? And it's really hot. I wonder if my camera's dying.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's time for you to change a new camera too.
I don't want to buy a new
Everything's
camera.
falling
It's an
apart.
expensive little camera. Let me go check the connection down.
Doesn't matter how expensive it is. If it's going to die, it's going to die.
I know. Hang on.
I don't... Yeah, Dara, I don't think you have a choice here, do you? Do you have a choice? I mean, everybody wanna see you. Alright, I'm in my right place. Gotta go, guys. Later.
Alright. Later.
Bye.
Bye. Just for the hell of it, I guess.
Well, I'll just go without the... Dave GT, are you back? Can you hear me? I've got one match in already. It's almost time to go to bed. That's impressive. Okay, I'll just worry about the camera later. And now my mouse is gone. There it goes. It goes to sleep. I need to install the drivers for that. I think it's using the Windows drivers and doesn't know what to do. Okay, where's Mittens? Let's create a group. Dum-ba-dum. Redwater. Intimidating Cloud, howdy. Can you guys hear me on the stream? Is my stream audio? I could check it, I guess, myself, can't I? Audio, I could check it, I guess, myself, can't I? All right, so that works, but no camera. So no camera. You don't get a camera. I guess I could try and unplug it again, but it does seem hotter than it normally does get. So that's kind of funky. And it'll start up. Now it should come back. And now it's back. So what's going on? Who knows? Who knows? Here we go.
No one knows.
The shadow knows. Who knows the hearts of men? Is it face tracking now? Yep. So it's working. The software's working. It's working. Okay. It shouldn't need a heat sink. Oh my gosh. Cloud, you're right though. So anyway, yeah, it's just 40 minutes of getting nowhere. It was really kind of frustrating. And I'm super kind and patient. It's like every time she comes back with the wrong answer, I kind of gently explain to her, no, that's not what I'm asking. Remember, I'm trying to do this and I need to make sure it works when I do that. Will it work when I do that with this? Okay, back she goes. Puts me on hold again. So I'm on hold. Half that time I was on hold while she was checking her resources, basically sending an email to a tech that knows more. But since she wasn't really understanding the question, she never really got the answer. Put it in a glass of water. Yeah, I should make like bubble cam, right? Put it in some fizzy seltzer water so that there's bubbles to go with the snow. You'd have bubbles rising up and snow going down. That'd be kind of cool. Mr. Sandman. Mittens, it doesn't show up here in my... Oh, there it goes. Discord has a little... Oh, well, it hides the names if it's in streaming safe mode. If you turn it off, the name should pop out over here on Discord on who's in the channel. But it didn't. I had to click on your name to make it do that. For some reason. I don't know why.
Special, that's why.
It's special. Everything's special. So anyway, then on the box, like she's telling me, the tech support specialist at ASUS is telling me that the board supports 196 gigs. Or 192, sorry. And I say, well, that's interesting that you would say that. And that'd be great if it does, but your box says it supports 128 gigs, which would be 4 sticks of 32 gigs. But if I put 4 sticks of 32 gigs in, then I turn on XMP, your board crashes and doesn't run at all. Supports none of that jazz. So I have to get rid of this memory and put in 2 sticks of 32 so I can have 64. I had 4 sticks of 16 before. And I want to make sure it's going to work before I do that, but I'd like to know if I can use the 48 gig sticks and get 96 gigs of memory. And the chipset supports it. The CPU supports it. Does your BIOS support it and your motherboard? Can you answer me that? And when I turn on XMP, will it boot and work? Because I don't want to run expensive memory at 42 megahashes when I could be running at 56, which is 30% faster for the same price. I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And then she'd kind of repeat it back to me, and then she'd come back with a non-answer or the wrong question answered. It's like 40 minutes.
Sounds painful.
It's painful because I'd already spent an hour and a half with Amazon getting a one-time exception to return the memory because it was past the return zone. Because I found out that I couldn't use it on the motherboard with XMP, which nobody ever said that on the motherboard specs or on the reviews or anything like that. It's like, and evidently DDR5 that's a common problem with, I think, other more, not just ASUS, other more motherboard manufacturers have the same problem because DDR5 spec's kind of a mess. And even if you could run, like, I don't know, it'd probably go to slower speed than 4200, I'll bet. If you went, well, no, I was running 4200. That's probably why, but I wasn't XMP enabled. That's probably why it was down so slow, because I had 4 sticks in. But that's pretty slow. Here we go. I get a drop. XMP is it's a new standard technology that motherboard makers and memory chip makers made that allowed them to encode on their memory chips what they are spec'd for. And then the motherboards can do their auto AI is what ASUS calls it, their auto AI optimization, right? Overclocking. And they'll run things up until they start to fail, and then they'll set them lower than that, then they'll reboot and test it and blah, blah, blah. You're good to go. And it saves you hours of overclocking and stuff. Well, I don't really care about the overclocking that much, but I do care about, in fact, I don't want to run my machine too hot anyway, because it just shortens the life of your CPU if you're pushing it really hard. I don't mind overclocking it a little bit. But the same thing on memory, you can overclock it and overclock it and overclock it high enough, it'll start failing and you'll be crashing and get blue screens of death and stuff like that. So this alleviates a lot of the guesswork by running the parameters and projecting when it's going to fail and then deciding to back it off of that and then saving that as a setup. So when you boot, it sets up already pre-overclocked. So you can get your memory up to maybe above the expected speed, depending on your memory chips, because you don't know with the silicone if you're going to get a great memory chip or one that's okay and meets spec or one that's a little under spec. Same thing with CPUs. Probably the same thing, you know, with your motherboard chipset. And any chip is going to come out of a bin. They test one of 1,000 or whatever, and they say, "Oh, look, this met spec." So they're probably all good, probably, right? And sure, some are going to fail. We'll just replace those. So anyway, XMP is a way to communicate to the BIOS that does the testing and the motherboard what kind of memory you just stuck in it so you can test it. Yeah, I wouldn't overclock a PC just for gaming, but I don't mind overclocking it a little bit. Like if it says, for example, on my older i7 4770K CPU, I think that was a 3 gigahertz clock rate, and I overclocked it. It said I could overclock it to 3.4 gigahertz, and I backed that down to 3.25 because it was a noticeable improvement, but it wasn't pushing real hard, and I was, even though it said it was okay, I was getting blue screens of death once every 2 weeks for no apparent reason. As soon as I backed it off, it was fine, and it wasn't getting much hotter. So that's great. You get a little bit free performance, and you're not shortening the life of your hardware appreciably. If you run it real hot, you get degradation of the traces, actually, when they're small enough levels. You get quantum tunneling of electrons jumping across adjacent, like it'll get to a trace, a wire it's got to go down through, and it'll have a hard left turn, and there's another trace where it's coming next to it, ahead of it, and some of those electrons will quantumly jump to that other trace. And after a while, you can actually degrade the copper or the whatever the substrate they're using as a conductor there. Could be a semiconductor. Usually it's copper wire. You can start degrading that and kill your CPU faster. Kind of a weird effect of things when they're at the super micro level.
Target spotted.
Okay, I've been hit too many times to count. They got their snipers up there hitting us a lot. Ouch.
I have never done any game ever.
Target spotted.
Out into
Target
space.
acquired.
This Awesome's got to be not happy with his situation.
Affirmative. Target spotted.
Ouch. That sniper.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I guess I could put an arty strike right here. Come on out and play, Mr. Awesome. Come out and play. Ouch. Oops, missed him. Alright, let's go back over here now. Thought I could get the Awesome, but I cannot. Maybe if I go over here I can. Feels like my team's not doing anything. Are they fighting?
Yeah, and they're all dying horribly because everybody wants to be a sniper.
Everybody's sniping. Everybody.
I think Spooky Oogie on the opposing team might be behind our flank and doing too much.
Where'd you go? There you are. Hope I didn't hit our guy. Ouch. Darn it, I hate that sniper. Now I'm stuck. Ow, ow, ow. Get out of there. Ouch.
Target spotted.
What am I hooked up on here? That building little thing? Okay. You'll do. Darn it, I overshot him. Come on, come on. Guys, they've got us almost all killed. They're just gonna come rushing in here. It's gonna get nasty from here on out. Just 2 of us, 3 of us left. Yeah, there's one. Ouch.
Put it behind you now.
Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed.
He's behind me.
Left arm critical damage. Warning, incoming missile.
I missed him. Darn it.
That's
Get away, get away.
the guy in
This
the
is
Phoenix
kinda-
Hawk that's been doing most of the damage.
Yeah, I'm hung up on everything here.
Left torso critical
Oh, I'm
damage.
missing. I can't afford to miss now.
Head critically damaged.
My head's been critically damaged. And it hurts my head.
Warning,
Well, oh well. 701. Did okay, but I feel like I did terrible, so I could have done a lot better.
warning,
right back.
Incoming missile.
The current way they build CPUs and doubling clock rate means
Warning,
much.
incoming missile. New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
Well, they're not really doubling the clock rate, right, on anything. They've been creeping up.
Left torso critical damage. Right
And a lot of
torso
programs don't really take
destroyed.
care of the
Right arm destroyed.
parallel CPUs, the main cores, games especially. That should change, I would think, over the next 3 to 5 years. I think we're going to be some more multi-core gaming programs. But gaming's the last thing I do on my PC, so it doesn't really matter to me that much. I mean, if I've got a nice PC to run games better on, then that's good. I like that. I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want a good PC because of that. Okay, well, I did okay. Maybe we should do another one just to rub it in. Because that was kind of painful. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, I got a supply cache. Wow.
Oh, aren't you lucky?
I know. I got so many of those. What matters is my mech looks good. I need paint is what I need. But bump-a-dum, bump-a-dum. Of course, you can't pull up the manual when your machine locks up. You have to pull out the paper one. It's out of date. I'm surprised it was out of date. Like I was talking to them about some fan pin headers to hook up my Lee & Lee fans with the Lee & Lee control hub
Really?
to the fan headers on the ASUS to let the ASUS Aura RGB software control them, which doesn't work. It can work. It's supposed to work, but I haven't been able to get it to work. They were unable to help me, and they were telling me to put it on a pinout on the motherboard set of pins that did not exist on my motherboard in the drawing that I had. It's like, well, what you are looking at is not what I am looking at. That's the same page, different page. What? A couple of pages were different, and the diagrams were different, and the pin locations were different. It's like, okay, this can't be that old. It's a fairly new motherboard. I've been really pleased with the Asus motherboards I've had in the past. It seems like it's good hardware, but their support, I've heard, and now I'm starting to experience, has really gone downhill. I'd had good support from them. And by that I mean people that were knowledgeable and people that would help you even after your warranty was expired. Which a lot of companies are like, well, we're gonna charge you $30 a month if you want additional support, or $50 per question if you want additional support because you're out of warranty. I don't want to do those shenanigans. That's kind of silly. Especially usually it's just a simple question. Like I wouldn't call them if it was a. I mean, it's simple in that it's a 2-minute ask, right? An answer. And often it's like, I want to buy your motherboard. Which one do you recommend for this? And I got some really good feedback from one of the guys on that. And now I have a motherboard that they don't know anything about. It's really weird. Kind of, it's luck of the draw who you call, really. And you used to be able to call Amazon. I guess I'm complaining a little bit here, right? You used to be able to call Amazon. You just call them. There's a number on the bottom of the page. Then you had to click on a thing to get to a list of contacts. And then you had to click to a page that you could look at a bunch of things, and you had to say, no, these don't help me, before you could get to a number to call somebody. Then you had to fill out a form or go through a bot that asked you a bunch of questions before you could get to a link that would take you to somebody. And now you go to an AI chatbot that ignores you and doesn't know how to get you to somebody, and you have to finally navigate some way magically to get to a place where you can ask for a call back. And then it says it calls you, it says it's connected, but your phone never rings. So then you have to start all over again and try it again, and it still doesn't ring. And then again, so you try that 3 times. Then you finally get smart and you say, well, I'll just go to a human. Maybe instead of requesting a call back, I'll request to talk to a human chat. You've got those 2 options there. And it's just always faster to talk to them in person than it is to do the dumb chat. So I do that, and they say they can help me, and I asked, can you just call me? And they said, sure, we'll call you. We'll initiate a call now. And it never calls. And Jennifer can call me. Other people can call me, but not Amazon. And so then they say, just a minute, I'll try again. They try again, and then it calls. So you pick up, and then it hangs up on you. And then the chat you had open disappears, and the guy who was going to help you is gone. So you start all over again, and then you go through the same thing, and you finally get somebody to talk to you, and you're on the phone with him for a half hour while he gets it sorted out and says, yes, we can do this. And he comes back and he says, I just need you to, you have to do some I have to hang up because my computer's locked. I have to hang up so that he can call me back. His computer's locked, so he can call me back and then finish the RMA, get me a return code. And I say, great. So I hang up, and then he can't call back and doesn't call back. And I can't get hold of him because I have no idea who he is. I can't pronounce his name anyway. And there's no way to get back to a person based on their name anyway, because it's a phone pool. So then you start all over again, and you finally get to someone, and they say, oh, well, how can I help you? And you start all over with them, and you go through the whole thing. And then they say, well, I can read the thing here. I said, well, but what's the reason you need to return it? I said, it's in the thing. Read the thing. You just said you read. No, they can't. So you got to go through it again. And then they go back, and they come back and say, well, we can fix it for you. Is this entertaining at all, my suffering? We can fix the problem for you, but you're going to have to pay a restocking fee because it's out of the restocking thing. We can make the exception, but it's going to be a restocking fee of, $56 on a $280 purchase. And it's just because I couldn't test it in time in order to know if it was going to work or not, because my case came so late, right? So my fault, sure. But it would have been nice for them to waive the restocking fee since I only was able to use it for a couple days. And then finally, she does it. It took an hour and a half to get all that done. And now I still have to order memory. But I don't know what to order. I'll probably never know. I think he killed him. No, he didn't.
Oh man.
I see an arty strike coming. Come on.
Yeah.
I almost shot my guy. That would be terrible.
Target acquired.
Okay, I'm kind of in a bad spot here, but at least I know
Target
that. That means
spotted.
I'm improving, right? Is that
Target spotted.
is that little light still up there around here?
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Nipped his little
Target
weapons
spotted.
sticking out there.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Hot tomato. He's a hot
Airstrike
tomato.
online.
Target spotted.
Bring him out to me. Bring him out. If you can get that Hotomoto to crest out here where I can shoot him, I'll kill him for you. He's just behind the ridge enough I can't shoot him. Yeah, now maybe he'll
Target
come after
spotted.
you. There we go. Almost got him.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Airstrike online. Target destroyed.
Thank you.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
There's another one up there.
There's two. There's probably an LRM boat up there with tag.
That's not good.
Target spotted.
There's a HAL up there with ATM and a tag.
No, I don't want to go up here. I want to come around where I have some cover. Oh, he jumped just in time. Little bugger. Where'd that timber go?
Target acquired.
Yow. Oh, we're just a couple left. This is bad.
Yeah,
I didn't realize we were in this much trouble.
Incoming.
Oops, and I'm just gonna miss. That's what I'll do. That's my contribution to this game, is missing. Ugh. Yeah, I was on the phone with the motherboard manufacturer for 40 minutes. That was the ASUS call. And they never got back to me. They didn't know the answer. I had to keep telling them why they didn't know the answer. Because they didn't know the answer. Well, I got 2 kills. That's shocking. I didn't know that. Wow. Oh, yes, I did. I just forgot. I just forgot. I looked on some forums and some ASUS forums to find out that the problem was, in fact, that it only supports XMP with 2 sticks of memory in it. If you put 4 in, it won't work. Which means that you can't put 4 fast sticks of memory in and use them at all with XMP, which means you can't speed them up and run them at the speed they're rated to go at, or that the motherboard should be able to handle. When you're running 4 sticks of memory, you'll never get the full amount of speed out of that memory stick, because the memory controller itself becomes a bottleneck, or the chipset. But you should be able to speed it up more than what it's running at. Like other people are getting 7200 memory to run at 7200 with 2 sticks and XMP enabled, or 6800. That's great. The i9 14900K will support 60 or 56 or 6400 mega transfers. The model of the motherboard, yeah, it's a Asus Republic of Gamers ROG Maximus Z790 Hero. And it says that it supports 32 gigs of memory, but their support person says it supports 196. I'm probably getting that wrong. And I think I've got the manual over back, or I had to go grab it. And the trouble is that when it's a Z790, not a C. Z is in Z790. And so the online manual might be up to date because they've released updates to the BIOS because the chipset supports 24 gig memory sticks now. And that was a update to the BIOS this spring. Z790, yes. And they might have done another update. I didn't go have time to search for that because I was on the phone with the other people. And then Jennifer and I had stuff we had to do. They might have issued an update when I didn't check they just put an update of the BIOS when the 14900K came out to be compatible with that. So they might have also enabled support for the 48 gig sticks. Don't know. She couldn't answer that because she didn't understand. Like, she came back with an answer that it doesn't support 48 gig sticks or 24 gig sticks, but clearly their own document that they did a press announcement says that it does. So I just can't trust her to get me the right answer, and she barely understands the question. And so I don't know. I'd just like to get a definitive answer before I spend an extra $100 on the 48 gig sticks. I'd love to have 96 gigs of memory. If I'm only going to get 2 sticks, I won't run out then. And on this machine, I'll be fine. When I'm doing big render projects and stuff, that extra RAM would be handy. I could get by with 64. That's what I've got now. I just can't use XMP, which is dumb. So the sure bet is to buy 2 sticks of 32 gig each and have 64 gigs of memory. The optimal bet would be to get 2 48 gig sticks and have 96 meg and use XMP if I could, if they would just tell me if it would work and I could trust them. But she didn't really know what XMP was anyway. And she was trying. I mean, she was trying. Not dissing her. Well, yeah, you can just not run XMP, but that means that I'm running my RAM at 2/3 of its capable speed. And that could be on some games, for example. That could be another 100 frames per second on some games. But if I'm rendering video and moving lots of video to my render engine GPU that costs $2,000, then that faster memory is going to come in really handy on getting my job rendered out faster. Because I'm not just talking about rendering a simple thing. I'm talking about rendering 64 1080p streams of video and combining them together. That all has to go through RAM.
Weapons online.
Over and over and over again.
All systems nominal.
Yeah, I saw some testing of people enabling the DDR5 over DDR4 and just running it at the clock rate it should be running, and it's like, can be a huge difference. Sometimes it's not. On a lot of things it's not. It could be like 4% different on a lot of things. Yeah, so I'm not saying it would make everything that much faster. But if you've got the same RAM and it's running 30% faster, you're going to notice that on most stuff. Faster memory isn't useful for games outside being within generation. Yeah, that means it's 4% faster for most games. But for certain types of things, it is faster.
Target spotted.
Airstrike.
And sometimes it's 1% faster, right? And usually that's on, you end up being limited a little bit by the memory controller on the CPU
Target
itself.
spotted.
Because those don't go up to 72 mega transfers, even though you can buy memory that's supposed to go that fast. And as soon as you put 4 sticks in instead of 2, you automatically have to slow down to shuffle data in and out of those 4 memory sticks, and you have to go much slower than you did before.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Yeah, way fast RAM doesn't help. I'm not talking about way fast RAM. I'm talking about 30% faster within its own spec and not pushing the envelope. It's just fast RAM instead of medium RAM, right? So it's going to be better than slow RAM or medium RAM. I'm not saying, oh gee, I'll go from 72 to 8,000 megatransfer RAM. I'm saying going from 42 to 64. That's a big chunk of improvement, and you realize a lot of that improvement on a lot of applications.
Target spotted.
At least that's what I've been reading or seeing. I don't know personally because I can't get it to work here. Bet that made him unhappy. He thought I couldn't hit him.
Target spotted.
I couldn't hit him. He's too fast. I think I hit him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He got a lock pretty fast, didn't he?
Warning, incoming missile.
Come on, move, mech.
Warning, incoming
How
missile.
come he's still hitting me? That's terrible. I must be
Warning,
tagged.
incoming missile.
He shouldn't be able to hit anything here. I should be pretty well covered. That was painful. What was that noise?
Thanks.
Too slow, Joe. Night gear.
Need assistance.
Come on. Who's feeding that learn boat? Uh-oh. I feel like they're getting the better of us here.
New target acquired.
Who just shot me over there? Maybe nobody. Maybe that might have been our guy. Missed. Swing and a miss. That Delta Vapor Eagle's causing trouble. If you guys can get him, he's a Pop-Tart.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Ouch.
Airstrike online. Target acquired.
Oh, I missed that. That's too bad. That was better.
New target acquired.
Halfway there. Beta is down.
I hope that broke his legs. I doubt it did.
New target acquired.
Come on up again, buddy. Oh, you'll do. Yep. Time for some punishment.
New target acquired.
Thanks.
Target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Left torso critical damage.
Thanks.
Is this guy still here?
Oh, they're fighting on the building over here.
Target spotted.
Killer.
He's got to be right here. He's behind that building. Shoot. Oh, there he is.
Right here.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
I wanted that kill. Oh well. Mittens?
Sorry, Dak.
You-
You can't
that's
have
okay.
it all the time.
At least it went to you. That's good. No, I know it'll work with the 2 sticks I have Intimidating Cloud, but then I only get 32 gigs of memory. I need 64. So I have to return it, and then I have to get something else. So I'd rather just buy the right thing this time rather than buy a set of 48 gig and a set of 32 gig so I can get 64 or 96 and then send one set back. I don't want to have to do that. Just trying to avoid doing that because, I don't know, call me crazy. Call me crazy. Dur, dur, dur. Yeah, that was a good match. I can do one more. See, crazy. See, you nailed it. Crazy. Is my camera still working? Well, that's nice. That's something pleasant. Unexpected, but pleasant. In this mech, I'm slowly climbing up out of tier 3 again.
Oh, good for you.
Accidents happen. By the way, I'm going to give you guys a little lesson in ratcheting screwdrivers. Here's my ugly mug. See this? This is a ratcheting screwdriver. You've probably seen these before. You guys are, tech savvy. It spins around and ratchets one direction. You can rotate the collar and then unscrew things and not have to adjust your hand position all the time, right? And you can lock it, blah, blah, blah. Interchangeable tips, magnetized so you don't lose screws as easily. And it's got screws kept in the handle too. More tips, star tips and flat blades and Phillips, stuff like that. This is a DeWalt, thus the brightly colored black and super yellow, like a bumblebee. And this one is the Max Fit Precision Tip. This is my favorite ratcheting screwdriver. And I watched a review of about 30 different ratcheting screwdrivers, and they ranged anywhere from $20 up to $80 or $120. And most of them failed for one reason or another. One that was rated fairly highly, but not maybe the best, but close, was the Linus Tech Tips customized screwdriver. There's one manufacturer that makes most of these for all these companies, and Linus went to that manufacturer and said, "We want our handle to be like this. We want the knurled, maybe it's not knurled, the stippled barrel here of the shaft, so you can apply more tension, right? So when you're back rotating, it doesn't unscrew the screw. You can just add little fingertip tension when you're doing that. That's great." And then strong magnet, and they wanted a nice smooth action, and they didn't want a lot of back drag. This has very little back drag. Well, I bought one of the ones that was rated really highly, and it was the Klein Tools one. It was like $39 or something. Because a lot of the reviews said it was great, but when I got it, it was massive in my hand, and I have really big hands, and it just felt like it just didn't feel comfortable at all in my hands. So I returned that, and then I went and just to a lot of different hardware stores as I was doing other hardware things, and I'd walk over to the tool aisle and I'd check out their ratcheting screwdrivers, and usually they have 2, 3, or 4 different kinds, and different chains will have different ones, so that's cool. And some of the ones that had been rated were there, and some of them, most of them actually. And I found this one, which is right next to another one that had the exact same handle, but it had an extending barrel. So you could actually pull a thing and then pull the barrel out. So it would fit into a smaller case. And then there was some Milwaukee ones and some Craftsman ones and some, I can't remember all the brands. Anyway, this one felt good on the ones that I could turn and you couldn't open it up. So I thought, well, I'll try it. It was like $19. And I got it home and it's like, this is a really nice feeling tool. Feels well made. There's not a lot of slop in the ratcheting gears, hardly any. The clutch to move it left or right or center moves with positive dedents, but easily enough, and there's good grip on that. It feels just great. It feels really great. So if you're looking for a ratcheting screwdriver, I would recommend this DeWalt instead of, the reason you wouldn't buy the Linus Tech Tips one, which is by all standards a good tech kind of screwdriver for case builds and stuff like that. The reason you don't want that one instead of this one is it's $80. It's $80, and it's basically identical to this, except it doesn't have the flashy yellow and black. Nah, this looks better. So this is the Max Fit Precision Tip 11-piece kit. It's got the screwdriver and some bits. 3 Phillips, 3 flat, 3 star, and 2 square bits. Lifetime warranty. The bits are precision fit tips. They help prevent tear out. Is there an actual part number on this? There is. I don't know you guys care about this, right? But I'm talking. Can't help it. There is a model number, but I don't remember what it is. It was hard to find this one. It wasn't like with all the others. Oh, here it is. It's a DWHT 68002. For those of you writing it down right now, I'm gonna say it again. I'll type it in. DW. I can't reach that. HT 68002. Oh, I just typed that nowhere. You ever do that? You type something that's not actually in the window you think you're in?
All the time. All the time.
Gosh. Well, because this game controls the computer and you can't click out of the window without tabbing out to get away from it. I know nobody probably cares, but if you're looking for a good Christmas present for somebody that needs a ratcheting screwdriver, that'd be the thing to do. DW. What was it? Can't read it. It's too dark. HT 68002. Thank you, and then DeWalt will send me $500.
Oh, you wish.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, one goes. Oh, hello. It's a big black cat. Big black cat. I guess I do. There you go.
So there's a Reddit post saying that 232 gig sticks is not compatible with XMP on that motherboard. That would be Mittens that's rubbing the mic. Yeah. Yeah, TK Romero, that's true. I haven't had that problem, fortunately, ever. I've even been able to put in different sticks from the same manufacturer, though, at least. Purchased 3 years later, and they were okay. But I know that can be a problem. When I buy memory, I usually try to buy a whole set that matches what I want and put it in. Well, that's a discouraging Reddit post. I don't know how good. Mittens, what are you doing with your mic? Sounds like you're cutting it in half.
Eating chips.
Oh, that's loud. I don't know how much I trust Reddit posts. I read them now and then, but I'm not a big Reddit fan. I'm sure there's some very competent people on there, so I'm not dissing the whole idea of Reddit, but I've seen some pretty crazy things posted too that don't make any sense.
Where do you want to go?
I have 4 LRM5s, 1 LBX-10, and 2 medium
Target spotted.
lasers.
I have a big stompy robot.
Airstrike
Target spotted.
Well, it does have a few
Affirmative.
LBX-20s,
Target spotted.
like 4.
Roger.
If you bring them to me, I can make them lay down.
Target spotted.
Yeah, there I think is where the problem sits.
Target spotted.
Get down or lay down, Bravo.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance.
Target acquired.
Nice UAV. Minimap, minimap.
Target spotted.
And that was already late.
Target spotted.
Delta 5. And around.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Is that Marauder alone hotel? Negative. Fuck. Basement something.
Target acquired.
He's too far away. Can I shoot through there? Nope. Maybe.
Target spotted.
Too far away. Lots of snipers. Game's kind of rich in
Target
snipers
spotted.
right now, isn't it?
Target acquired. Airstrike online.
Target spotted.
The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
Target spotted.
Charlie only has his left leg and his cherry. Charlie's left, only the remaining leg is
spotted.
cherry in the basement.
Target spotted.
Enemy forces at 75%.
Target
Picked
spotted.
up that before.
New target
Hunchback
acquired.
Clanner.
Target spotted.
We're half down. Don't let
New
the hostiles
target
take down any
acquired.
more
No
of you.
enemies.
What'd you miss? Everything.
Right torso critical damage.
No, I did no AME, so I just got shot
Oh,
to shit.
oh! I thought you said, "What did I miss?" I thought you went away or something during the match. Is he up here? Oh. All right,
Airstrike
come
online.
around, come around, come around.
Good kill.
Target spotted.
half of the enemies remain.
I backed those buddies off. I'm kind of hurt though. Yes, sir.
Warning, incoming missile. Right torso destroyed.
Ah, they got me. They got me. Well, killed one of them.
The jaws of defeat are closing in around us.
Yeah, I looked on some of the memory manufacturing websites, like Kingston, for example, which I don't normally buy.
New target.
They actually sell 48 gig sticks for that motherboard that they think work.
Warning, incoming missile.
Well, that's dead
So that only muddies the waters
New
further.
target acquired.
But yeah,
Warning,
so I
incoming missile.
have a suspicion they might work, but they
Right
aren't
arm
on their
critical damage.
approved tested
Left
list yet,
torso
so they
destroyed.
can't recommend them.
Left
So I want to talk
arm
to a high enough
destroyed.
tech that
Right
knows enough that could
torso
say,
critical
oh yeah,
damage.
we've
LRM ammo
had good success with
destroyed.
them working, we just can't guarantee it. That'd be
LB-10
fine.
ammo destroyed.
I'm down to 2 medium lasers.
LRM destroyed.
I have a message for
Left
a
leg
reason.
critical damage.
Smart detection.
Center
Well, I'll post.
torso.
Deny. Come stream promotion route. Promote your channel viewers. Yeah, deny.
Juliet.
No, I can't get over there. I don't have any mods on right now, do I?
Nice, Juliet's toast.
They would take care of that for me. Better to look on the motherboard DRAM memory qualification list for memory card.
Guys, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
and I've
good
done
stuff,
that,
though.
and it comes up blank on it, all the memory. It's like none of it seems to qualify. It's like they haven't updated that. As soon as I drop in the right motherboard, not right specs and stuff, it's like try your search again. Nothing. So that didn't help either.
Delta CT.
Thus, the phone call, right? You just call the horse itself, and then you find out the horse doesn't
Wall, gotta watch out.
know either. And they, of course, just said I should go look at that list. Well, that didn't really help. That's why I'm here.
Good job.
All that to say that the state of tech support in the industry at large is pretty bad at times. And some companies it's fantastic, but
Nice job.
and sometimes it's just you get a bad or a new person. It's not that they're bad; they just don't know anything yet. It'd be nice if
Oh,
we
he
could
has
kill him.
no
He's a
ammo
stick,
left.
right? Oh, he twisted out of that shot. There we go.
Last guy on the wall. C5 area.
Yeah, I'll try calling tomorrow,
C5.
Cloud. I just didn't have time today to do it. I spent my whole morning from 11,
You want to sit in the
from
basement?
10 o'clock, 10:30, probably 10 o'clock. Well, I guess 11.
Yeah,
11
okay,
till
good idea.
4, I was on the phone with these kinds of problems, trying to get them off my plate.
All right, come over here.
Some of them were household related, some were computer tech related, some were some of Jennifer's honeydew lists. Please call these guys so I
Yeah,
don't
he
have
has
to
to
kind
come
of
to you
stuff.
guys now.
And I don't mind doing
You're
it.
up
I
by
just
one.
sometimes I'm just like speechless afterwards. Like I don't even know what to say.
Fuel at 25%.
So I thought you guys might enjoy the drama a little bit, but maybe not. Maybe I should just take my suffering and keep it all to myself. Let it turn into a cancer that eats me away from
You
the
coming down
inside
here with me?
out.
Yeah, but I'm...
Just take cover, take cover, take cover.
Target acquired.
I'm out of weapon. Aim for his left torso.
Heat level critical. Left leg critical damage.
Don't shut down whatever you do. Just twist when you get too hot.
Center torso critical
Left,
damage.
left.
Right arm destroyed.
Okay, now
LRM ammo destroyed. LRM destroyed.
Wait,
Heat
no.
sink destroyed. Left torso critical damage.
Yes, torso, sorry, my bad.
Target destroyed.
Great shot. Good work.
Bask in the glory of
What a moose. What a moose. Thanks for the drop, guys. Great match. TK Romero, this is a brand spanking new motherboard. It's a $500 motherboard. Brand spanking new CPU, brand spanking new memory. It's all, I tried not to be on the bleeding edge, but it's all top, level stuff. So you shouldn't have this kind of problems, and you shouldn't have people that don't know what their, hardware can and can't do. So there is no upgrade for more RAM. I'd have to change the whole platform. No, that's totally fine. Yeah, I got an Asus. I got a 14900K on an Asus ROG Maximus C790 Hero motherboard with a Asus Strix 4090 OC and 64 gigs of memory and 4 Corsair Vengeance sticks. I didn't get the Dominator sticks. I didn't want to pay the extra, and I don't like the look of them. And the problem just is that DDR5 and XMP only seems to work on most motherboards, even these high-end motherboards from other manufacturers too, with 2 sticks. And if you put 4 in, they don't boot. And if you have 4 in, they drop to 42 mega transfers speed, 4200 mega transfers. And if you want to go at, say, 64 mega transfers, quite a bit faster, noticeably faster for your work, then you have to use just 2 sticks. Then you got to get 2 32 sticks, and then you'll have 64 that way. But I don't think, it says the max is 4 32 gig sticks to get you 128, but then you can't enable XMP. You'll be running at 42 mega hashes. So you got to decide, do I need more memory at a slower speed, or do I want less memory, half as much memory at a faster speed? Which, when you buy a $500 motherboard, you think, and they say it'll support 7200 DDR5, you think, oh, maybe I could run it at 7200 with DDR5 7200 memory cards. But you can't. And if you try to enable XMP, it crashes, won't boot. And if you try to, if you just do 4 sticks, then you're down to 42 and you can't change it up. So it's just kind of like it's one of those things like, yeah, you can go 190 miles in this car, but only if you drive it over a cliff. Like, it has enough horsepower, but you can't do it anyway because the wheels fall off, right? It's that kind of thing. Exactly. It's the way the memory controller and the DDR5 spec is screwed up. So it's kind of a mess. I could run 2, but I'm not game. I game on this machine, but it's a work machine, and I need blazing speed and a ton of memory when I do large video productions. So I'm building it for that. And then I get the benefit of having a fast machine to game and stream on. So I'm running 416 right now, but I could put 2 32s in, and that would work. Except that Reddit post said that it won't, so maybe it doesn't. Well, I know I've got to go down to 2 sticks, pretty much, whatever I do. Okay, I gotta go to bed. It is late. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Mittens, thanks for the drops. It would have been terrible to die on my own, but dying with you is somehow, I don't know, it's like home.
Sure it is.
Sure it is. Sure it is. It's like a bad dream at home. Yeah, putting more RAM is bad for games. Well, yeah. Now the next thing are memory tables. Even though the frequency drops, the timings also get tighter, so you don't lose out on performance. It's negligible. Yeah, I know. Unless you're down at the bottom end, sure, it's going to be bad. It's going to get better as you get near the middle, and you can't seem to get much above the middle unless you go to 2 sticks, and then you can get better performance. But yeah, I know it's a mess. And I should be happy that 10 years ago, my memory was 2200, 2400 megatransfers. Now I'm running twice that fast. But you'd think in 10 years things would be better than that. When they're selling it as 7200 memory and the motherboard says it supports 7200 memory, and you know that the CPU controller can only do 64. So great, you can go 64, but you won't have any problems if the memory is able to go faster. So you buy the extra memory, a higher speed, and then you can't use it because the chipset slows it down, or the somebody gets to decide that if you're using 4 sticks, you just can't because the chipset can't handle it, or the memory controller can't handle it. Probably that. I think they need to go to 512 lanes on memory. Oh, okay. Good night, everybody. This has been Ghostlands. That's it. I got to say that, and because I'm the host and I'm your guide. And so far, I've taken you round and round and let you die with me in your heart and your soul, if not in your mech. Good to have you. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing more of the same, maybe, or I might be exhausted. I have a photo shoot and lots of errands to do, and I'm going to be on the phone again with tech support. That'll be fun. See you next time. Bye. Good night, guys.